Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
That 14 students and a teacher are dead in a shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Uvalde is a small town of about 16,000 people. It's about an hour and a half west of San Antonio. Let's get right to William Joy. He's in our newsroom tonight. William, there is so much information to sort through. Bring us up with the very latest on this horrific shooting.
As Cynthia, Chris, we're continuing to learn more information. Just in the last hour, we learned that the shooter is 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, according to Governor Greg Abbott. Abbott said that Ramos was a student at Uvalde High School and shot his grandmother just before the attack on an elementary school. Now, tragically, 14 students are dead, along with one teacher, according to Abbott. And that shooter was killed by law enforcement. 2 other officers were also hurt, but expected to be okay. The district first reported this shooting just a little bit after noon today, saying that it happened at Robb Elementary School, which is for 2nd to 4th graders. According to its calendar, they were supposed to be done for the summer on Thursday. Now, parents arriving at the school are telling ABC News they don't have much information right now, and at least a few are anxiously trying to find their kids.
How long you been looking for her today?
Since it happened.
All praises to the Most High. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. This is your humble servant, Big Levi. And today is Tuesday, May the 24th, 2022. And it's currently 11:33 p.m. Eastern Time, pre-recorded. Peace be with you. Peace be unto you. There will be no Jacob's trouble. Understand this. What's happening out there, it's all prophecy. This is not stage. This is not fake. This is very real. Okay. Now, because of the materials, because of the matter of this situation, because of the way things happen, we will avoid to use certain words. Okay. We will use popcorn. Okay. We will use MS for what they can use it. Okay, they can say the word, but we can't, because if we do, they will say, well, we are the one promoting this. Okay, now there is all sort of things here. Now, before I go any further or move into this, I want to tell the people about the things that happened in Buffalo. It was prophesied here, just like this one was prophesied here. And of course, the whole monkeypox things going on out there was also prophesied through the dreams by the sisters and the brothers. Remember, a sister had a dream where she was with her sister and they were separating white kids. Okay, the boys and the girls, they have boils on their skins. Okay, they were putting them in the room, and then when she said, what does the dream means? And I told her it is what it is. The dream, it just interpreted itself. It's one of our podcasts. And our beloved sister, Sister Maria Baptiste, she came in, she told the nation, hey, this is happening. The boil skin, the boil upon the skin, the Most High showed it to her. It will happen. All those things will happen. They are here and they are coming. All those MS that are happening in the school. Remember how people were having a bunch of dreams that they were in the school and then they were seeing children and things like that. Anyway, now in the beginning of this video, again, the thing that happened in Buffalo, it was prophesied by our beloved sister. On the lookout, you watch the podcast. I didn't talk about it because our people, we are too emotionally attached. Okay, now understand, the people that perish and Buffalo were no doubt, black folks, so to speak. All right. But you have to look at the background. Who were they according to the information that we were receiving? Okay. They were deacons and church members. And the guy that did it was a Christian. So Christian are taking Christians out. All right. We have to learn how to emotionally detach ourselves. Of course, they are 2/3. And this happened on their behalf too. Okay, this is a straight response for the Most High against them. This is an answer. Okay, again, like we told you, they use the whole buffalo things, to keep our people down, to keep them in a low vibration, and then the Most High even bring them lower than this. Now, those two MS, they will portray them differently. All right, they won't show you emotional garbage like people kneeling and then ask why this happening. Like, you're acting like you don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with demons. You don't know who you're dealing with. Oh, why is this happening? Why they hate you so much? You mean to tell me you got this dude walking around the neighborhood and you got this giant two-third dude, greet him, talk to him, trying to be friend with him. Those are the people, and they need to go. They need to go. The two-third gotta go, man. They need to go. That's why you see what happened there. Now, although they are two-third, the contract is over. The 400 years is over. If you touch even the two-third, we told you this years ago. Even the two-third, if you touch them, you are going to pay double. You're going to pay double. Now, 10 people perish. And Buffalo, this one so far it's 21. Okay, they put 18. First they said it was 2 people. Then they say, it's 14. Then it's 18. Now the letters that I check it's 21. Now, beloved, we must understand that the hand of the mighty one is in this. Plague number 9, execution by the sword, is here. There is no way and no how those people are going to stop this. It's only going to get worse. Of course, you will see barely a few Hebrews will speak about this. Barely a few. They will say they won't speak. They will act like this never happened. Okay, if the people were black, Jacob stumbled, it's like right on the corner, Jacob stumbled. But when things happen like that unto them, it's worse. Okay, now you got 21 of them that perish, brothers. And then they will somehow make 10 bigger than 21. Okay, including the shooter is no more. They will look like, this thing is like, that's like worse what happened over there in Buffalo. See, the Most High, this is what it does. You kill 10 of his, so to speak, he kill all your children. He killed all of them. Okay, so the people in Buffalo, some of them were, in their 60s, 70s. I believe a brother was in his 80s. Those people lived their life. See, those little children, they never had time to become a cop. They never had time to become a true white supremacist. The Most High plucked them right there. So they have no future. They ain't got time to do anything. They were being indoctrinated. Now, this fellow over there, we all will decipher what we can decipher from this. Okay, the guy in the beginning, the news reporter, his name was William Joy. Okay, William Joy. Okay, let me play this again before we will come back to this dude and the holy cross in his neck and the rowdy rooster. Okay, all right, let's go from the beginning.
14 students and a teacher are dead in a shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Uvalde is a small town of about 16,000 people. It's about an hour and a half west of San Antonio. Let's get right to William Joy. He's in our newsroom tonight. William, there is so much information to sort through. Bring us up with the very latest on this horrific shooting.
Yes, Cynthia, Chris, we're continuing to learn more information. Just in the last hour, we learned that the shooter is 18-year-old Salvador Ramos.
Now, this dude name is William Joy. Of course, Michael Joy rejoice. That's like Michael strike them back. Okay? This is the angel tell us rejoice. I mean, it's a horrible thing to rejoice a bunch of, this thing happened. It's a horrible thing that happened there, okay? So now we're going to go look into this fellow, the name Uvalde. Now, before we go to the name Uvalde, I have no idea what it means. We'll look at it. Texas, he's been catching hell, a lot of hell. Now, there was a video that was released 2-3 years ago, I believe. There was a voice. They heard a voice of a woman screaming. Okay, they heard like a screeching voice of a woman. It was coming from the sky. Okay, and the dude filmed it. It was scary. All right, people said this was fake. It was like weather manipulation and stuff. The whole thing happened 2 years ago in 2020. in Texas, where the giant snowstorm, I believe in 2021 or 2020, giant snowstorm crippled Texas. It was in 2020, I believe. People say the snow was fake. You know, Negroes are going over there. They never seen snow though. They took a peek snow. They tried to burn it. It turned black. And then they're like, oh, this snow is fake. The whole thing is fake. Because they are repeating after the Gentiles. You see, when things like that happen to Gentiles, it is fake. They can believe it's, oh, they're trying to take my gun. This is not real. When things like that happen to us, oh, it's real. Oh, Buffalo is real. Like, you know, you people are expendable. So my people, we were ascending. We were ascending. That's how we ascend. Yeah, 21 of you is going to ascend. You can do this all day. You kill 10 of us, 21 of you will be gone. You kill another 10, 41. You kill 41, 2,000 of you. You won't believe how many people in that same day perish when that thing happened in Buffalo. You won't believe how many of them that perished, the suicide. Okay? Texas been catching a lot of hell, and then they are keeping this under, you're shrugging this, and then they don't want to show the damage that the hurricane did. Okay, they don't want to show the damage the tornadoes did in Texas. They don't want to show all those damage. And then last September, they passed a law in Texas that you don't need a driver license, is that a permit? All you need is an ID or driver license, something like that. You can get any gun, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And then when things like that happen, and an 18-year-old came in with a handgun and with a freaking, we did told them. Then our people said, like, wait a minute, they passed that thing in Texas hoping those guys, those white supremacists will kill our people because that's what they've been doing. They passed this law that you only need an ID, you only need the driver license, you can buy a handgun or rifle and stuff. And then they think this thing was going to happen to us. And we laugh at them. We say, you're going to use your weapon, your own weapon on your own head. And this is what it is. And this is what happened. Now, this fellow name, of course, William Joy, William Joy, Michael in the Mist. Okay. Now let's go to the fellow that he has there. Okay. Oops.
According to Governor Greg Abbott, Abbott said that Ramos was a student at Uvalde High School and shot his grandmother.
Okay. Let's see. What does the name Uvalde mean? I'm not quite sure. What does the name Uvalde means? No. Uvalde? Is that what that is? Uvalde. Is that what the name? Uvalde is a city in the county of West Texas, United States. Uvalde was founded by reading Wood Black. Wood Black. Huh. We're getting somewhere here. Okay. Uvalde was founded by reading Wood Black in 1853 in the town of Encina. In 1856, when the county was organized, the town was renamed Uvalde after Spanish governor Juan de Ugalde and was chosen as county seat. It is usually considered in the southern limit of the Texas Hill. So Ugalde, Uvalde, Wood Black or Blackwood. Remember in the previous video, okay, we released that the last Esau's trouble, we were encountering a lot of Carpenter, David Black, David Wood, and then we like, what is it? What is the Messiah signaling us? What's going on? What's gonna happen? Okay, this is the video, the last one we released 2 days ago. Okay, we were receiving a lot of David in there. And they had David Black, David Wood, David Carpenter, David this, David that. And then you got the definition, Blackwood. that was the Most High signaling there will be MS. That's what it was. Okay, Dave Dubois, remember him? Okay, let's see if we can get him there. If we can get there. Dave Dubois, I mean of the wood. Dubois or Dubois, well, of course, Dubois is French for wood. And you got the first fellow over there. Let me see where we at right here. 150, is that a message? This dude is a carpenter, a woodworker. Wood. Okay. His name is David. Okay. David. He's a carpenter. Wood. Okay. This guy, his name is David Jackson. Wait, what's the name of the reporter? Okay, so we didn't know what it was. Now we understand Uvalde was a code word wood what the Most High was taking. Where David, this dude, his name is David Jackson. And see the other guy. Let me let you guys watch this. The other fellow. This dude name is Dave Bells, another David. Okay. What does Bells mean? What does the name Bells mean? No, not this Bells.
Beautiful.
No.
According to baby names, the name Bell is primarily a gender-neutral name of English.
Okay,
Beautiful. According
what
to
does the
Ancestry,
name
French, from Bell meaning
B-A-L-E
beautiful. According to Think Baby Names, Bale, as a name for boys is of Old English origin, and the name Bale means valley. Bale is an alternate form of Vale, Old English place name.
Is it Bells or what does the name B-A-L-E-S means?
According to Think
Valley.
Baby Names, as a name for
Show
boys
me
is of
picture
Old
of a
English
valley.
origin, and the name Bale means. These pictures should match.
A river and that's split. That's a valley. The valley of death. Psalm 23. Is that what that is? Not quite sure. Okay, so another Dave. Okay, we have David, Dave, and then this dude
Temperatures are going to be above average. It's going to be dry.
named Dave Dubois or Dubois. Okay. What does the name Dubois means? Deborah.
B. According to
What does the
dictionary.com,
name Du Bois
a female given
mean?
name from a someone who lived in a wood. According to
Okay.
Ancestry.com, French and English, Norman and Huguenot topographic name for someone who lived in a wood, from the fused preposition indefinite article du, from the plus French bois, wood.
Okay, so now you catch the drift. You catch the drift. Okay, now. Okay, Uvalde or Uvalde. Okay, Uvalde. Okay, wood black. Reading wood black. That's what the city was founded. Okay, I'm not making this up, brothers. Okay, we could not understand it. That's the Most High sending the message saying he's about to do something in Uvalde, Texas. Okay, so with the wildfire. Now that we got this out of the way, let's keep on moving. This dude name is Ramos. Let me see. What's his
A
name again?
student at Uvalde High School and shot his grandmother just before the attack on an in the last hour. We learned that the shooter is 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, according to Governor Greg.
Salvador Ramos. Okay, now let's see what does the name Salvador mean. What does the name Salvador means? Salvador means savior. Okay, all right, Salvador, savior. Okay, all right then. David, the house of David, the savior. Salvador, Catalan in Portuguese, from the popular Christian personal name Salvador, which means savior. Latin Salvator, which derives of Salvatore, to save. Okay, to save. That's what his name means, Salvador Ramos. Okay, now let's go ahead again and see what his last name means. What does the name Ramos means? Is that what that is? Let me make sure. Is it Ramos or Rama?
Abbott said that Ramos
Okay, yes, Ramos.
is 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, according to Governor Greg Abbott.
Ramos. What does the name Ramos mean? Well, let's see. branch. Okay, save the branch. Okay, all right. It means the branch of the olives. Is that an olive tree? Let me see. The exact Ramos. Ramos, the exact derivation of the Ramos surname is in dispute. Depending upon the family's origin, Portuguese, Cuban, Mexican, Brazilian, etc., the most commonly accepted meanings are branches or offshoots, which mean the Gentiles or the offshoot Israelites. Save the branches, okay? Salvador, Ramos, save the branches. This is probably a confirmation unto the Gentiles, which is our brethren, that went way too far. They went way too far. They come back looking like other people. We don't recognize them. Okay, branches of shoot or olive branches. There you go. There you go. That's the word we were looking for. This is what the Messiah wants us to know. Okay, the olive branch. The olive branch is being grafted and saved. When we say grafted, it is not you, heathens. Man, where's my slide whistle, man? My daughter took that thing. I haven't seen. Oh, okay, yeah. She told me where she put that. Okay, when they said branches being grafted, that has nothing to do with you, heathens, man. You that's when they say Gentiles. That's why I like to use the word 83 or poisoner, because the Gentiles are the poisoners. Okay, so to speak, you heathens are the poisoner. This is a good message out there for the folks that the mighty one is grafted in, or so to speak, the olive branch tree. Okay, from the plural word ramo, Latin ramus, meaning branch. Save the branch, or the branches of brethren. It's not, when we say Gentiles, we're talking about all our people around the world. Again, I don't know who they are, but the mighty one is going to show us. Okay, all right. And often refer to someone who live in a thickly wooded area. In a thickly wooded area. Again, this is the word of wood. I'm not making this up, brothers. This is not me trying to fit things in here, or trying to go places. I didn't even know what this thing is. Okay, wood. David Wood, the carpenter, the black wood founded the city. Uvalde, meaning black wood. This dude named Salvador Ramos. His name have wood and branch and trees in it. And then we have in our community, our people are sending well, the last video that we upload. Okay, and remember, this tree is bad, man. This tree is bad. We're our old friends. Remember this video? Let's go into it. All right. All praises to them. Remember our video? This video. Remember this old friend we uploaded 7 days ago. Perfect. Okay. All right. I believe I was trying to point out, and this wood, this tree. Okay, I think we pointed out. Let me see. Okay. And you know, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. You know, very creative dude. You know, if you catch my drift. Again, you see it happen again and again. It keep happening. This tree right here, that's a friend of mine. Every time I stay here, this tree always come. Okay, there's a oops. That's a friend of mine. Every time I stay here, this tree always. Okay, people can see the face, the forehead, 2 eyes, nose, mouth. There's a face. We could see that now. We understand this tree. Every time we see this tree, there are many faces on it though. Every time we see this tree, every time we be by this tree, it's death coming. Okay, now we know this wood, this tree is connected to Uvalde's, 7 days before, and then we know a lot of blood was going to spill, and then it happened. All right, let's continue a little bit. Let's go. But that tree always brings certain messages that is not, I'm trying to make sure the nation can see it. There we go. This is better. All right. This tree right here. All right. I think that's better. So every time I come here and I sit there, I always receive messages, and I always receive messages, and I always receive things from people. Last time I was against this tree, another brother, he didn't make it. He was boy, I need one of those car things to put the phone. I believe brother Jay or something like that, he died of a heart attack. Now they got the other homie, he got shot. Those are homies, they used to say about I live in the hood, man. He said that I always wanted to holler at you, but you look like the kind of dude that wanna, you don't F with people, because that's the way I am, So he finally, say hello to me and blessing and all that. He blessed me, and I appreciate this. This is how the angels communicated. Yes. See that what you're looking at right there? See this? Okay, there's a face. This is not an ordinary tree. It's not. This thing is alive.
Yes.
And he knows when I'm here, and he gives me a message. Last time, the person that gave me the message, unfortunate things happened to her.
Yes.
And hopefully, I'm praying the Most High, nothing happened to this brother.
Okay, so now we understand the message. The tree was telling us a massive amount of death going to happen in Blackwood or in Uvalde. Okay, that was the message. Okay, there's before the facts, there's after the facts. This is after and before the facts. Okay, so now again, excuse me, let me see. Are we good here? All right, we're good to go. Again, this happened over there. So wooded area, Salvador Ramos, okay, a thickly wooded area, wood tree. Palms or palm branches, okay. Michael, the island. Remember La Palma Island? Okay, La Palma Island.
Okay. Here is some information about La Palma.
Okay, ever since the volcano erupted in La Palma, we see Michael, which is the St. Michael Island, and which is mean the palm. Michael blew the trumpet, the seal is open, and all those seals, a lot of the seals are open now, and then this thing is, woof, this thing is like, man, ever since this stuff happened, okay, we went into the branches. That's for those people that have been following us for a while. They understand this. If you're not, it's gonna be an issue. Okay, Palma. Okay, palm branches from Domingo dos Ramos, a Catholic feast day known as Sunday of Palm Sunday or Palm Sunday. Habitational name for someone from one of many towns called Ramos in Spain and Portugal. So now we got both name, okay, Salvador Ramos, which means save the branch, save the offshoot. Okay, our brethren that are scattered from the four corners of the earth, all over Africa, Europe, Haiti, Jamaica, Trinidad, all over the Caribbean, all over the place. They are being saved. That's what the mighty ones say here. This is not my message. This is his. Let us keep on moving. Rejoice. That's why he said, William Joy here. He told the branches to rejoice. You are saved. Well, stop doing what you're doing right now. Get back to the mighty one. Okay, so, all right, let's keep on moving. Now, we
trying to find their kids.
We meet this fellow.
How long you been looking for her today?
Now, this fellow name, well, I haven't seen his name yet, but he has the cross around his neck, of course, which indicates he is a Christian, so to speak. Okay, now, like we mentioned, we said before, those things are holy unto us, not unto them. A church, a building is just a building. Okay, it's not, the building is not evil, it's just a place. Okay, those people get on top of our ley line, they suck the energy, they use it to do wickedness. That is why we must do righteousness with the energy that we are receiving. Okay, magic aka energy. Okay, magic is energy. All right, what you're using and watching and listening to this is magic. Okay, techno magic. They call it technology, but it is magic. All right, now it's not natural magic, it is magic, techno magic or unnatural magic, but it is magic. Now, this course that you're seeing around this fellow, it's the mark of the beast. What is it again?
That says our Borgia. He is the mark of the beast. Those people are trying. Christian are always waiting for things to happen in the future when the mark of the beast being there when they landed in our land. When they went over there in our land in Europe, that's why the cleansing is happening in Ukraine, because Ukraine is not their land. Okay? Brethren, you cannot sit there, sister, and then you'll say, okay, well, the sweet bread, like that's a lot of sweet wine, man. There's no burnt bread, but the sweet wine is all over this place, man. Okay, all this sweet wine, and including the sweet wine and burnt bread going on in Ukraine, and you just sit there say 83 is not in trouble. You're just gonna sit there and say this isn't Esau's trouble. Somehow this is Jacob's trouble, or they're going to use this excuse to bring Jacob's trouble. What are they waiting on? What seems to be the issue? Now, indicate this guy is a Christian, okay? This is the mark, the holy course, which is ours. This is our course, not theirs. They have perverted it. The meaning, first of all, that's not how you wear the course. The course have to course on you. You have to wear it coarsely, okay? You have to wear it righteously, which means it has to be like an X on you, okay? On your shoulders. That's where our people used to wear the cross. It was just something that we do. You people swagger jacket. You did all those stuff. You perverted it. Okay, you poison our stuff. Now, rowdy rooster. Remember we were talking about the rooster? Remember we had the dispose. We had the black rooster. We had dispose right there in our community post, so to speak. Okay. Let me see our community post right here. All right, let's see. We should see the black rooster. Okay, we've been seeing faces all over and things like that. The avocado, all those are messages, scripted messages. This giant palm tree, it look like a pineapple. The whole thing about concerning the popcorn incident in New York, it was prophesied here in the dream. This is the dream. You can go watch it. The sister was talking about that. Oops. I'm gonna have to go back. Okay, the sister received it. It pays more. It received. They put a pineapple and they put money in this pineapple. It pays to activate. That's what it says. You can't make this up. It says it pays to activate. If you activate your pineapple, money gonna be in there. Those are messages the angels are bringing unto us. Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to go all the way down again to find what I was looking for. All right, let's go faster. We're not going to click on anything anymore. Okay, the tobacco here, powerful stuff. The tobacco gonna be good, brothers, for monkey packs. Okay, that's why you might want to have that on deck. Okay. The tobacco gonna be good for the monkey packs, okay? All your bath, all your stuff. These dudes still have that thing. He's still struggling. I don't know, where is he? Where are you? Anyway, here we go. This is the black rooster, aka la poule noire. All right. This is a very powerful chicken, so to speak. The female and the male, the cock or the rooster, the hen or the pullet. Okay, we were talking about the rooster. Okay, now we got this black rooster here, and then the head of this fellow said the rowdy rooster. Okay, now and the Haitian harmony. Okay, for some reason, I don't know what's going on right now. What seems to be the issue, brothers? Forgive me. It's usually take me a long time to make a point, but that's how I am. That's how I do stuff. Things are beaming so much, so fast in my head. Now, what seems to be the problem now, brothers? Okay, we know we make the connection. The rooster, we were talking about it. This dude with the cap, with the rooster in it. The rooster is a symbol of fighting. Okay, all right. Rooster is a symbol of a fighter. Cockfight. Okay, roosters are fighters. Okay, they are very territorial. They protect their territory. They protect their land. They chase people from their land. Okay, a rooster is very. That's why they call them a rowdy. Okay, rowdy is a fighter. Oh, well, let's define this the way it's supposed to be defined. Define rowdy.
Here's the definition of rowdy: noisy and disorderly.
Okay, an unruly, disorderly, obstreperous. Boy, riotous, a noisy and disorderly person, a ruffian, troublemaker. Okay, this rooster came in to cause trouble. You know, this thug of a rooster, this bully boy, this hoodlum of a rooster coming to cause trouble over here. You know who this rooster is, of course. In the Haitian armory, okay, the 1805 Haitian armory. Armory, or coat of arms. Okay, coat of arms. Okay, 1805 Haitian coat of arms.
Showing pictures that match.
Give me Haitian. 1805 Haitian coat of arms. Oh boy.
These pictures should match.
Oh boy, that's with the Haitian right here. You know, it's the accent. Well, I say I was going to make the black and white. Yes, there you go. This one is a little bit darker. You can't see. You see the Worcester in the middle. Okay, there's two lions, the tribe of Judah, because they knew the emperor, the Haitian emperor, the first emperor. He knew who we were. He knew all the tribe. You know, they were there in Haiti. Not all of them. Okay, all the 12 tribes representative or the representation or the people from of the tribes. They were there doing. When we were going to fight all the 12 tribes, they sent their delegation over there. That's when we make the ceremony. People, we brought the priest bookman and we did whatever we did. The chariot landed. Okay, the angels landed with us and they possess our body and we kick ass and taking name. You know. All right, you're probably not gonna see that the Worcester is in there. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, you might gonna see the Worcester in there. It's okay. That's it. Okay, so we see the Worcester is in there. Okay, the Worcester is a very powerful. This is the emperor right there. He usually carry a sword, and in this hand right there, he usually carried the scepter. They removed it. That's like a false picture. He had the scepter in his hand. This is the emperor, the great Jean-Jacques Dessalines, a Haitian emperor. Okay, Haiti was an empire. You know, they really don't want you to know about this. All right. Boy, in the midst of that, you can see that this is all biblical. Okay, the crown, the scepter, the lions, the rooster. There's a lot of things they remove in that. He's a sellout picture, sold out. Wait. I can't see it. I can show it really well, but I will cut off home. Let's put rooster. All right, let's see. You really have to get it. There we go. Is that it? There we go. This is the Worcester. This is what's like the emperor symbols, a territorial animal that protect the land. You know what that is? The Most High has purified the land. The righty tug ass Worcester is in the midst, kicking people out. Okay, that's what that is. Let's keep on moving.
Since it happened.
What are you worried about right now?
What kind of stupid question
May
is?
not be alive.
What do you mean? What do you worry? This man has his daughter, and do you know what that is, brothers? You have your child inside of this place, and then there's no word. Do you know the suspense, the gut-wrenching suspense? Like, is she alive? You know, this is the type of thing those people did put us through. Now they are going through it. You know, it's a horrible things, brothers. Horrible things. Okay. All right, let's keep on moving.
Have you heard anything?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No word. Other than she's not in San Antonio.
When parents drop their kids off at school, they have every expectation to know that they're going to be able to pick their child up.
So those are the same people. I believe this is the dude that said, I believe when the was killing those people, still killing them, and he blamed it on us. One of those governors from Texas. Remember, one of those Texan governors said, this thing cannot go away because of you black people, because you people party so much, because you keep going out, you keep spreading this thing. One of them did say this. Now look at you. You are the people that give the green lights for Negro like Salvatore Ramos to go around and then buy one of those weapons, one of those handgun or whatever rifle that he was using without having a permit, so you guys can, oh, we are Texans, we are red states, God's children, we love the Constitution, hey, no abortion and stuff like that, we got guns, we're gonna go to heaven and stuff like that, Trump. Now this thing happened, now you guys are, hey, every parent, they have the right to have their children from home to school to home without worrying about anything. Look at you guys. You did this. When those people dish like this, they never take responsibility for whatever they did. You see how this thing is being portrayed as a tragedy, not something they deserve. You see how they don't put people around talking about how good this guy used to be and stuff. Oh, I talked to him before he came. He seems like a nice guy. He didn't say anything. How could you say something like this? How could you say something like that? They don't show you people kneeling and crying, oh my God, why are they all doing this to us? And bringing our people vibration so low. Now look at you.
Up when that school day ends. And there are families who are in mourning right now. And
no
the state of
shit.
Texas is in mourning with them.
Okay, so of course when they put this 18, okay, well, 18, 1 plus 8, 9. 9, number 9, destruction by the sword, of course. Now, beloved brothers and sisters, why is this happening? Why is this happening? What seems to be the issue? Why is it like every single time you turn around, it is always something? There's a lot of popcorns going to. It's like wildfires, floods. Canada is being battled. China is done all over the world. Things are not the same, and they are getting worse. And a lot of people, including that fellow that we were watching with the cross in his, in his neck, and they didn't give his name. Those Christians are not being raptured. Why? Because they lie and they ain't gonna go nowhere. They hide the true children of the mighty one, which is us over here and all over the world. They just receive a good message for the people that are out there. I would say all of our brethren, you all, the Messiah said they'll save the branch. It saved the branch. I'm not making this up, brothers. That's what it is, okay? You seen it, I've seen it, you see the proof, okay? The mighty one is here, is in the midst, is sending the message. Now, understand this. This thing is real. It is not staged. It is not fake. It is not the elite doing this because they want to bring a new world order so they can be on top again. Or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The system was never broke. The system that had never, nothing was wrong with it because we're at the bottom. Now, the system is broken because there is a great, massive awakening. Okay, those elites were living good. They had no headache. They didn't have no disease. Now the so-called Bill Gates is got the plague now. The monkeypox is all over. Why is this happening? This happened because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 100 years. Yes, 1619, 2019, the 400 years is over, and then now your trouble begun. Okay, you people put your filthy feet over here on the fourth part from the 1492 or 1400, and you were over there in Europe and all over the world. You were taking our people down. You did those things to us. Now, because of that, we are now currently, we passed Genesis 15 verse 13. This one is being fulfilled. Okay, we are in Genesis 15 verse 14 now, which says, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Okay, will I judge. How the mighty one is judging you? Of course, through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. What you just witnessed here is plague number 9, execution by the sword. The sword is the modern day gun. Any weapon, of course, can literally be a sword, a knife, anything like that. Okay, so I should have stopped this video right there because that's we got the meat of the thing. But for a lack of a better term, to enjoy the place with the people, let's keep on moving, man. Because tomorrow. Well, today is already Wednesday. I'm not gonna be live online. Let's keep on
West
moving.
of San Antonio. Let's get right to William Joy. He's in our newsroom tonight. William, there is so much.
No, I already got this. Okay, yeah. We already got that. Let's keep on moving.
School in Texas leaves 18 children.
So 21 killed. Of course, we know the number 21 for them is deadly, is destruction. Okay, 21 for us is reverse 12 tribes. This is what happened. The Most High, this is a response, you know, on you for what you did in Buffalo, for what you're trying to prove, because you people think you're in your blessing. You think you can do those things and then nothing happened to you anymore. You think you can just do the, of course, you know, we gotta put the Negro in the midst right there and make it seem that he did the whole thing. So, you know, you people think like you're in your blessing, you can do whatever you want, and then there should be no precaution, there will be no repercussion, or so to speak, there will be no retaliation, and then you just walk around, you just stroll around, you know, with your dude, you know, he's just surrender, nobody shot and killed him. The Most I show you, he killed 21 of you, including the guy that did this. Okay, this is destruction upon you. And a lot of you will see this, man. This thing will happen daily to a point they will shut off the school. They will close down school, which they did now. There's no more school in Texas, I believe, in this county. No more school. They close it down until whenever school reopen back up. Okay?
Second, third, and fourth graders dead, as well as 2 adults, as well as the suspect. It is the deadliest school shooting in Texas history and the deadliest since the Sandy Hook shooting almost a decade ago.
All of this unfolding at Robb Elementary School in the small town of Uvalde, Texas this morning at about
Uvalde. Now, the Sandy Hook things, let me see how many victims that they had. Was it 24? The Sandy Hook massacre victims. How many victims? 27. All 27 victim names. Okay, 27 of course, 2 plus 7, 9 destruction. You know, we didn't have that knowledge back then. Now this one is 21. Let's keep on going.
About 10:30. That town is about 70 miles just north of the U.S.-Mexico border, 80 miles west of San Antonio. We've also learned that the 18-year-old shooter is dead, apparently killed by police responding to that shooting.
Now, the video you're looking at shows parents at a civic center in the town of Uvalde where they were given information about their children. President Biden addressing the nation just a short while ago, and his remarks very personal.
To lose a child is like having a piece of your soul ripped away.
Yeah. Now, yeah, that's Biden stuff right now. You see, now this speech is totally different to the speech that he gave after the whole Buffalo thing. Okay, they are two different things. Like, white supremacists are poison. Let's see what else I could do now. Is my soup ready? Did you sprinkle that cocaine in there like I asked to? Okay then, all right, let's go. Let's do this now. It's two things now. Watch it.
There's a hollowness in your chest. You feel like you're being sucked into it and never going to be able to get out.
He's trying his best to make this emotional.
Suffocating.
The flag at the White House was lowered to half staff after the school shooting in Texas, and President Biden has ordered flags on all federal buildings nationwide to be lowered as well.
Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman responding and tweeting, "We can't imagine the pain the families in Uvalde, Texas are experiencing. The loss of these innocent lives is beyond comprehension. We are horrified, and may their souls rest in peace." And from Governor Sisolak, he says, quote, "Our hearts are broken again. Kathy and I are sending our love and our prayers to the Uvalde community in Texas in the aftermath of this horrific shooting."
CCSD also releasing a statement this evening extending support. It reads in part, quote, this.
Okay, we really don't care about that. Let's keep on moving, okay? All right.
Okay, we have a news alert right now to get to out of North Phoenix, where there is an active shooter situation, we're being told. This is along 32nd Street, just north of Union Hills.
We don't know a lot. Here's what we know. Police were following a suspect, apparently, when that person fired at officers and then ran into a nearby home. We're not sure why police were following this individual in the first place. But again, it has now turned into a barricade situation where the wanted suspect is inside a home and refusing to come out. Police are asking you to avoid the area.
Yeah, we have a crew on the way to the scene.
Okay, that's another active shootings, active popcorn over there, so to speak. Okay, whoops. Let's take some of that wildfire. Oops.
Breaking overnight, more crime on public transportation. We had a man who was stabbed to death, and this was on a Blue Line train.
Our Joni Lum has more.
Police believe the victim got on the train at the Clinton station, and somewhere between here and the Ida B. Wells station was stabbed in the chest. They tell us they tried desperately to get him into medical care. The victim is a man in his 40s. Police say he was stabbed while riding the train. Police and paramedics were able to get to him at the station on Ida B. Wells. That's where they saw how seriously wounded he was, and they rushed him to Stroger Hospital. There was a lengthy investigation in the underground station. Just yesterday, Police Superintendent David Brown said that extra patrols would be dedicated to CTA safety.
We've added an additional 130 officers to the CTA since March. Tonight.
Yet things like that happen. They like to put the Negro in the mix and say, hey, you know, they are doing this and stuff. You know, blame the Negro. Don't blame me.
Not only patrol the platforms, but to also, patrol our buses, our stops that drive violence. We've seen an increase in arrests recently.
And police say that they will be looking at the network of CTA security cameras to see where the offender got off the train and to see if there are any witnesses. The victim has not been identified. Joni Lum, Fox 32.
So, see, the sword is heavy in the mist when some dude, they stab him in the chest. We don't know why. All praises and glory. We don't know.
Two suspects are scheduled to be in court today in connection with Thursday's mass shooting on State Street. Police say 23-year-old Jalen Sanders killed 2 people and injured 7 others. He's charged.
So, again, those are like those people, you know, that look like us, and they are doing this thing, and they are expendable, so to speak. The Most High will use those guys to go out there and taking a lot of people out. You know, and it's MS is everywhere. You know, it's everywhere. A lot of the 2/3 men, they don't play this, okay? They will literally took you out, and that's what happened. There was an MS in Chicago, okay, that killed 2 people.
Charged with felony, first-degree murder, and attempted murder. Sanders is the suspect who had fled the scene, was quickly arrested at a CTA station. 20-year-old Cameron Abram is also charged in that incident with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon.
Okay. So, yeah, man, this thing is all over. That's those 2 dudes, you know, doing that MS, man. All right.
A vigil honoring the 3 women who were found dead inside their Rogers Park apartments. Janice Reed, Gwendolyn Osborne, and Dolores McNeely were found over a 12-hour span last weekend. Residents and community members believe the deaths are heat-related, though autopsies have not yet been completed. The son of one resident says his mother's room was 102 degrees last weekend.
What we've had to endure this past week, unless you've ever lived in an oven, you will never begin to understand what we went through. You'll never understand.
Remember, anytime they have our people in there, they know they will act like this, and they know they will be emotional because our people, we are sick. You know, they will bring the stuff lower. When it's their people, they won't show things like that. They do that too, but they won't show it. Okay? All right? So that's what it is. I believe some they die because of the heat or something like that.
Chicago Alderwoman Maria Haddon of the 49th Ward says a building manager informed her that the owner was still running heat to avoid potentially being cited by the city for shutting it off too early.
And then they die because of the heat. Oh, man, that's very bad, man. That's very bad. Oh, man. They die because of the heat, man. And they are seniors. They don't have the mobility that they could get out and do things. This is horrible. All praises.
We want to get an update on our breaking news back here at home. A Metro train has collided with a truck near Grayslake. And we're joined on the phone by Meg Thomas Riley from Metro. Thank you for taking this moment to talk with us. We know this is going to affect a lot of folks. So first thing we need to know is about any injuries. What are you hearing from the scene?
Reports from the scene indicate that unfortunately the driver of the truck that was struck is deceased, and we also have reports of one injured passenger that those injuries are believed to be non-life-threatening, and there were a total of 40 passengers on board at the time of the incident.
Any indication yet how this incident took place?
40 passengers, all praises. Of course, we know it's the ley line, man. We know that.
No, we're just mustering at the scene and trying to address. I mean, the investigation will come. Unfortunately, since we don't have the driver to talk to.
Okay, the train derailed, though.
It's going to be an investigation, but for whatever reason, the truck was on the crossing when the train came through.
And of course, we hate to hear about any loss of life,
Yeah,
but
it's
for a
horrible.
lot of folks who are trying to get to work, what are you all doing in terms of
It's derailing, so.
alternate trains, alternate routes for people?
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we're very limited up there.
So, those things are not happening ages ago. This happened in May the 23rd, 2022. So, you know, and it's keep happening. The reason why I don't report on the ley line anymore is because there's too much and we've been busy. We moved past that and it's still happening. It's not stopping. In fact, it's increasing, okay? All praises.
A massive fire at a vacant resort in suburban St. Charles tonight. The fire at the Pheasant Run Resort on Main Street has been burning since 5 this evening. Videos posted on social media show smoke billowing into the sky. It's visible miles away. Fox 32's Nate Rogers is live near the scene with the very latest. Nate?
Yeah, that's right, Dane. The property here believed to be a total loss as it's been on fire for now close to 5 hours. We're going to step out of the way just so you can take a look at our live pictures here along Route 64. Tower ladders now in place. We understand that the fire has reignited, if you will, from time to time. At one point,
Exactly. Because what's happening is the fires keep, every time they put the fire out, and then they go back, it reignited again. It caught on fire again. And then the fire is so intense and the fire is intelligent. Okay? There are so much fires happening and people are not talking about this, you know? You know, and some people was like, some Twitter come on and I was talking about American Idol with Lionel Richie, you know, Lionel Richie and stuff. Like, what? Are you serious? That's what you want to talk about? Yeah, whatever, man.
Fire crews thought that the fire was out, but then those hot spots resurfaced. Taking a look at some of the video that we were able to capture from social media, the former Pheasant Run Resort here along East Main Street in St. Charles continuing to burn. Multiple fire agencies have been battling the blaze since 4 p.m. No word yet on how the fire started, but smoke could be seen billowing from multiple buildings on the property. The resort closed 2 years ago after serving as a popular destination for conventions and weddings. It's been vacant since. The owner reportedly had plans to divide the property into 3 lots for commercial use. Fire also causing traffic to be rerouted along North Avenue. Crews now putting up barricades to block off certain streets. And again, it's unknown how this fire just started yet. Now, back out here live, we are seeing a lot of St. Charles residents come to the scene. We just arrived here within the last 10 minutes, and so we haven't been able to talk to folks just yet, but we are seeing folks kind of walk down towards the fire. The fire crews have blocked off of Route.
Anyway, so you see, this is plague number 2 right here, fiery conflagration of the cities. Okay, you see those fires are not happening in the woods anymore. They are moving through the cities and they are burning those business places. Of course, people would say, well, Big Leaf, they are doing this for insurance money. Yeah. All right, then. Yeah, man, whatever. Whatever you say, son.
Block of East Highland Avenue. Let's
go over there.
We talked to the family member of the victim, a young man that was killed. They said he's just 20 years old and that he was hanging out at a lounge for that party. The lounge here behind me in the Highland Square Shopping Center. And a witness tells us that shots were fired there at the shopping center. And then if you follow me over this way, shots also fired apparently at this mobile gas station. So a very chaotic and scary scene for those who were out here last night. Police say officers encountered a large crowd when they arrived and learned that they were in the area area attending that party. At one point, the crowd did get aggressive with law enforcement. We don't know what that was about, though. Now, family and friends have also been out at the scene this morning, obviously very, very distraught. Now, we are told law enforcement responded to the shooting here at the intersection of Highland Avenue and Palm Avenue just before midnight. That's the 3600 block of East Highland Avenue. One family member says her grandson was killed and that he was at the lounge. A witness also tells us that she was at the gas station when shots rang out. She says a group of what appeared to be teenagers were in the shopping center at that party when a car may have driven up and someone opened fire. She also says someone started shooting at the gas station. Now, we are trying to get all this confirmed with the police department, but this is what that witness told us.
We just hear like gunshots and a lot of kids running. Mostly of the kids were under 18 years. And, you know, like there was a lot of kids like, you know, running, you know, calling their moms.
So, yeah, they were having a party, mostly graduation, I believe, celebration, and then, you know, 2/3 pull up over there. You know, somebody say, "You look at me the wrong way, Nico," or you smile at me like you're going to do something. So I did something to you before you did it to me. So what up with you, son? What's up with you, Negro? You know.
It happened. It's not the only investigation underway involving Teslas and the car's self-driving features.
John Fenolio live in Newport Beach with the latest on the deadly crash investigation. John.
Yeah, and those other layers.
Well, MB Micah, that's right. This is such a tragic loss. Here's a look at that makeshift memorial at the crash site here in Newport Beach. This federal investigation is not solely focused on Tesla. Volvo, Cadillac, Lexus, Hyundai, and Navia are also part of the probe. However, Tesla is frequently cited as the feds dig deeper into safety concerns surrounding automated driving technology. Investigators with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration are looking into the May 12th crash that killed 34-year-old Crystal McCallum, 32-year-old James Chavez, and 40-year-old Wayne Walter Johnson Jr. All three were riding in a 2022 Tesla Model S when it crashed into construction equipment on the Pacific Coast Highway.
See, we keep seeing this happen over and over and over again. Why? Because people trust those Elon Musk dummies. You know, those scumbags, those stupid ass Elon Musk, those guys that call themselves scientists, they are stupid. They don't know what they are doing. They will try to copy our technology, and then they will tell the people, this car can drive itself. In 2021, we will colonize Mars. Remember that truck? You know, remember those Elon Musk truck? Or the Cybertruck.
Showing pictures that match.
Remember that Cybertruck? Remember it when people already order and then they're like, well, that's like futuristic and stuff. You know, it was supposed to come in 2021. You know, let me see when is the Cybertruck going to be out for sale?
According to Fortune, Elon Musk says Tesla will begin selling its Cybertruck in 2023.
Okay, well, they push it for 2023. It was 2021, though, when they revealed this thing. And people are like, oh, man, this is like yo, excuse me. This is like futuristic things, and it can drive by itself. It's bulletproof and stuff and things like that and stuff. And then, Tesla can drive by themselves. And those people, they will do that. They will just let this car drive and they will drink their party. I see horrible things where people are baking and those things, and then they let it drive by itself. And they are laughing and drinking and think this thing is cool. You know, we find out like 2 years ago, there was 2 dudes in the back seat. They were letting this thing drive and this thing crashed and they all burned to crisp. 2 dudes in the back seat. For those of you who remember this video, like 2 dudes in the back seat, man. Like, what is this? Why would you guys all doing? You could have... Come on, man. What the hell? You know, this is crazy. But anyway.
What's unclear is if the car was operating on its partially automated driving system. The investigation is part of a larger probe into crashes involving advanced driver assist systems. The agency says since 2016, there have been 34 crashes in which the systems were used or suspected of being used. 28 of those involved Teslas, in which 14 people were killed. This video from May of last year shows a man riding in the back seat of his Tesla Model 3 without anyone behind the wheel while the car cruises across the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. CHP arrested the driver, who says he was using the vehicle's autopilot feature and felt totally safe doing so.
I trust my car on autopilot more than I trust everyone on the road.
Yeah.
And there are other hair-raising instances of Tesla drivers asleep at the wheel, like this driver on the 5 freeway last year, nodding off while staying centered in his lane. This gruesome crash from December of 2019 is now back in the headlines after a judge ruled Thursday that the driver of a Tesla operating on autopilot must stand trial for vehicular manslaughter after running a red light and slamming into another car, killing 2 people in Gardena. The prosecution is one of the first in the nation against a driver using an advanced driver assist system. For its part, Tesla has warned drivers against the misuse of its autopilot feature, saying on its website, autopilot and full self-driving capability are intended for use with a fully attentive driver who has their hands on the wheel and is prepared to take over at any moment. While these features are designed to become more capable over time, the currently enabled features do not make the vehicle autonomous.
Okay, those people
And back
are
here
no
live,
more.
the National Highway Traffic Safety
All right.
Administration is looking for patterns in crashes involving automated driving technology.
Okay, all those people are no more, man. Crazy things. All praises.
Well, this hot and dry weather across Texas really has helped fuel several big wildfires.
The state has raised the preparedness level to the highest to make resources available on short notice. Among the biggest fires burning right now, the coconut fire.
Oh, the coconut fire, of course.
It's in Wilbarger County, west of Wichita Falls. The Dry Branch Fire in Hamilton County, west of Waco, and the Mesquite Heat Fire near Abilene. Coconut fires burned 26,000 acres. The McKinney Fire Department posted video as some of its people are there to help. Planes also being called in. At last word, that fire is about 45% contained. In Hamilton County, the Dry Branch fires burned about 4,000 acres. Aircraft also being used there. Firefighters from Austin drove more than 100 miles north to help out. This morning, that one's about 85% contained. And the state's sending help to firefighters battling the biggest of the fires near Abilene. 150 more people, along with 45 pieces of equipment, were sent there. The Texas A&M Forest Service says the fire is 25% contained, but
Of course, 25%. You know what to do. Let's keep on moving. I'm feeling a little sleepy.
Back to the breaking news on Long Island this morning, where at least 3 people have been killed in this horrible car crash at New Hyde Park. The driver, who police say caused the crash, now facing serious charges. Eyewitness News reporter Shantae Lands live at the scene with what we just learned. Shantae.
Mike, good morning. 3 females are dead. We're not sure of their ages at this hour, but they were all riding in the back of this black town car. Witnesses say they just left a Sweet 16 party. 5 people total were inside this black Lincoln town car. 3 of them all riding in the back, unfortunately did not survive. They were struck here on Jericho Turnpike in New Hyde Park just after 11 last night. According to Nassau County Police, a 22-year-old driver of a Mercedes-Benz struck that town car. The driver of the Benz and 2 survivors of the town car were rushed to area hospitals. They're expected to survive. This crash happened near 3rd Street, which is near a catering hall on Jericho Turnpike called the Inn at New Hyde Park. A worker at that catering hall says the female passengers who were killed had just left that parking lot.
When I came out, I just seen like all tires, pieces everywhere on the floor. Right away, call 911, make sure to get some help, see what's going on.
Yeah. So now, again, like I told our people, we've been telling them, you must understand and you must know that this isn't the time to party right now. And again, I'm not telling our people don't take vacation, you know, don't have a good time. I'm not telling you not to do this, but I'm telling you to be very aware of your surrounding, because you should be very energy sensitive, so to speak, spiritual sensitive. You should be able to sense spirit when there's spirit in a certain place you're not supposed to be there, because it's loaded with negative spirit and things will happen. So you must understand that this is the time of judgment. You gotta be careful, because if you are involving with things like that, it's going to happen, you know.
try our best.
And that's the Mercedes-Benz there that struck the town car. The driver has been identified as 22-year-old Dante Lennon of Freeport.
35, 3 plus 5, 8, no beginning.
He's been charged with 3 counts of vehicular manslaughter and 3 counts of DWI.
Crazy, man. All praises to the Most High. More and more.
Well,
So tell me who you are again.
My name is Vic Olette, and I live here in the city of Gaylord. I'm retired law enforcement from Shiawassee County, and I was born and raised here. I was born in the basement of this house, and we had received, we had some minor wind damage, and then we had the report of the tornado, and I actually came out and could see the rotation, so I knew something was coming. And told my wife we got to get in the basement. And then I watched the house collapse on her. And I was watching that. I got hit in the top of my head.
So this dude is a retired law enforcement. He was born in here. He said he was born in the basement of this house. So, he been there for all of his life and he never seen anything like this. And, when the tornado came in, he hit his house and the thing fell on his head, cracked the wife's ribs. Crazy, because this thing is upon them. And nobody will say, wait a minute. Wait, it seems like this tornado specifically targeting you people. What seems to be the issue here? Okay.
It went down quite a bit, but I didn't lose consciousness or anything, but she's over in Petoskey Hospital with some cracks vertebrae. So, but
cracks vertebrae.
I think they're just
could be paralyzed there.
For observation, and she's doing really. She's got a better outlook on this than I do.
Does she have any idea of how?
Oh, she knows.
Okay.
Yeah, she's aware that this is not a put a Band-Aid on it or a couple 2x4s here.
Tell me, what is your perspective now? You've been
I have no idea.
Town. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to rebuild or I don't know. I'm waiting to talk to my insurance guy.
Okay, so back then those people used to be loaded with confidence. Oh, we will rebuild. We will build better. We are America and stuff. Right now, I gotta talk with the insurance and can get whatever I can get, and then go bail somewhere in Asia.
He's making his way across the street right now. So
wow. Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, check it out. Okay, thank you. I appreciate.
Back to the breaking news on Long Island this morning, where at least 3 people have been killed in this horrible car crash at New Hyde Park. The driver, who police say caused the crash, now facing serious.
Let's keep on moving.
Midair.
I've got a serious situation here about pilot.
Here he is. We now know the identity of the pilot who lost consciousness in midair.
I've got a serious situation here about pilot. Gone incoherent. I have no idea how to fly the airplane.
What was the situation with the pilot?
He is incoherent. He is out.
Incredibly, the 39-year-old passenger, Darren Harrison, landed the plane with 0 flying experience. Now the pilot is giving doctors permission to tell his story. His name is Kenneth Allen. He's 64 and he suffered a tear in his aorta during the flight from the Bahamas to Florida when he was stricken. I spoke with his surgeon, Dr. Nishant Patel.
We know that's a...
So, any regular person will watch this and they won't see anything. For instance, the guy in the beginning is 39 years old, 12. The fellow is 64, 10, Michael, and things like that. Now you're seeing weird things are happening to those guys. He lost conscious, and then they'll bring a Patel, one of those landowner, Elon Musk over there trying to explain to you, oh, it's all medical. We know it's not.
A cardiac surgery emergency, right, where the mortality rate without treatment is near certain. So this is an incredibly high-risk operation and a very lethal medical condition.
The passenger who landed the plane appeared on the Today Show earlier this week and talked about the moment he knew something was wrong with the pilot.
He kind of did a move like this and said, guys, I got to tell you, I don't feel good. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, I got a headache and I'm fuzzy and I just don't feel right. And I said, what do we need to do? And at that point, he didn't respond at all. He was already done.
An aortic tear is what suddenly killed Three's Company star John Ritter nearly 20 years ago. Actor Alan Thicke also died of the same condition while playing hockey in 2016. Now the pilot's doctor says the landing wasn't the only miracle that day.
You know, we really don't care. Oops. Yeah, so a lot of people, man, a lot of crash and dying and medical
The
condition.
Brooklyn Half Marathon returned to full capacity
Okay,
today
a
for the
lot of
first
heart
time in
issue
3
going on with
years. Unfortunately, one of the runners collapsed near the finish line and later died. More than a
Okay, a lot of heart attack, like so they just stay like that and they drop dead, and then they just say, oh well, you know, he has a heart issue or anything like that. They really don't know what happened. They just expired, like this fellow in that Brooklyn, you know,
a dozen other runners
marathon.
needed medical care. The half marathon ended in Coney Island, and that's where Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal joins us this evening. Naveen?
Yeah, Sandra, the race started about 7 o'clock this morning, and that runner collapsed here at the finish line just before 9 o'clock. Now, I spoke with Jeff earlier, and he says the temperatures around that time, around 9 o'clock this morning, were around 65 degrees. So it doesn't appear that weather was part of this death. Now, the New York road runners officials tell us that the 30-year-old was immediately treated here on site by medical staff and then rushed to Coney Island Hospital. The medical examiner has yet to determine the exact cause of death, but police say that right now it appears to be cardiac arrest.
And they just drop dead. They just run, and some of them, they walking around and they have a heart attack, they die.
We've also been told there were at least 17 other injuries in this morning's race. 16 people were taken to the hospital, and 5 of the injuries are being considered as serious. Now, in regards to this runner's death, the New York road runners sent us a statement which reads in part, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of a participant following the 2022 RBC Brooklyn Half. Our thoughts and sympathies are with the runner's families and those close to him." The runner's identity has not been released at this time.
So, see, people are dropping dead everywhere. They just drop dead. That's all.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm John Dickerson in...
Okay, we watch this. Biden, you know, it's time to act and stuff, and then, you know, condemn and stuff like that. White supremacy, poison, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and the judge calling the shooting a massacre. Prosecutors say that Sanders admitted to pulling the trigger before running down into the subway. That's where prosecutors say he then gave the gun over to Abram, who then began trying to escape from police. The shooting now leaving a mother in grief.
I wish he was still here. I never in a million years thought I'd get a phone call like that. Never.
It's a pain no parent
It's just hard.
should ever endure.
And it hurts so bad. No mother should ever have to bury her child.
And despite Sharice Allen moving out of Chicago to raise her youngest son,
it was just getting ridiculous.
The violence she was trying to escape would claim the life of her oldest. Anthony Allen was one of 2 people killed in a mass shooting Thursday night on the near north side. The other man who died, one of Allen's best friends, Antonio Wade. Police say Jalen Sanders fired multiple shots into the crowd. He and Cameron Abram were soon arrested, both of them appearing in court today to face charges.
This stemmed from something that happened earlier. Those guys had robbed somebody.
That somebody, she says, was Parnelius Saunders, a teenager and friend of her son's who was also shot that night but survived. Cell phone video shows the fight police say that led up to the shooting. That's when Sharice tells us the 2 parties spotted each other while outside a nearby restaurant.
My son and a couple of other people were trying to defuse the situation.
Oh, boy.
And it didn't work that way.
Again, when the 2 turds, you know, they are fighting and robbing and stuff. First of all, you shouldn't be in a situation like this. You shouldn't be in a place like things like that are going on. You should be moving away. You know, but in case you're caught up with this, hey, this is the thing, man.
The escalated violence leaving Alan's son without his father and a mother unsure
Beautiful kid, man.
how to move forward.
They say it gets better. I'm just waiting on it to get better.
All praises, man. Hey, the sword is in the mist.
Days after incidents of mass shootings were reported in New York and California, violence has now erupted in Philadelphia, where unidentified assailants opened fire at the Temple University. 5 people have been injured during the mass firing incidents, out of which one 28-year-old male was shot 14 times and is in extremely critical condition. The victims were 3 women and 2 men. And as of now, the university believes that none of the people involved were its students. Authorities are still conducting their investigation. The suspect has been apprehended with the help of campus police.
Okay, so another MS, another popcorn, you know, in Philadelphia, all right? This thing is all over. Crazy.
A shooting at a church in Laguna Woods has brought more than the local community together.
You know, the horror and sadness over the tragic event has sparked action to help and to heal. This afternoon, KCAL 9's Jeff Nguyen is live in Rosemead with that side of the story. Jeff?
Susie and Juan, as you know, this part of the San Gabriel Valley has a large Asian American population.
Of course, San Gabriel. All right.
Which is why the sheriff station in this area is promising increased patrols during a time of high anxiety.
I have to stand up and speak out and also fight back by peace.
Okay, well, it's you Asian on Asian crime. I mean, you guys are doing this. It's not like somebody coming on. You guys are doing this. Did you know all those robberies that were happening in Chinatown or all those Asian towns? Is other Asian doing that to themselves? You know, they are running out of money, and then they know other Asian that have money, but you know, they always put their face off of some black dude that got into a fight with another with the Asian dude. They're like, okay, well, this dude is doing this or whatever.
In the wake of Sunday's mass shooting at a Laguna Woods church, the Taiwan Center in Rosemead wanted to address the community's sorrow. Paul Chen is its president.
We should just get everybody calm down, okay? Trust our law enforcement on the investigation.
This case is a very high-profile case, even in Taiwan.
The FBI is investigating Sunday's shooting as a hate crime related to political tensions between China and Taiwan.
No shit. Yeah. Political tension between. Get out of here, man. See, you people gonna go at each other. This place is not for you. The courses, all those knowledge, they are not for you. And you guys going to go at each other's throat until the sweet wine and the burnt bread be all over.
Captain Mark Reyes runs the Rosemead Special Assignment Team for the LA County Sheriff's Department.
In our jurisdiction, there is virtually no reports of Asian hate crimes.
Despite that, the captain has directed extra patrols around houses of worship and community centers around the San Gabriel Valley. He brought nearly a dozen deputies to show his commitment.
I bring them out so the community could get to know them and shake their hands and meet them one-on-one.
Oh boy. You see how they take care of those guys. They bought their stuff. The deputies are there shaking their hands. We're here to protect you against other Asian that come over there and shoot you guys down. But when it comes to our people, we need more prison. We need tougher laws and stuff. We need tougher this, tougher that. We need to be tough on crime. We gotta be tough on crime.
He lost his life for saving others.
The effort to move forward comes with the somber task of honoring Dr. John Chang, who was shot and killed after he rushed the suspect in order to save more lives from being lost. Leaders also want to draw attention to possible scams during a time of sorrow. They warn people to choose wisely when it comes to online fundraisers. The Taiwan Center says it will start a college fund for Dr. Chang's children.
Yeah, the donation. People are, before scamming, man. You won't believe this, brothers, It's crazy, man. It's crazy. People are scheming, man. Scamming, stealing, from on the behalf of the dead. For those of you who remember that thing that happened in what they call this again, the pancake that happened in and sun surf when the building, the whole pancake. People were using fake identities and doing this stuff. Some people have the respect for the dead, man. Crazy.
The family lost the biggest support, the biggest income of the family. That's very hard.
Captain Reyes says that he wants people to feel comfortable about reaching out for help. He says language should not be a barrier because his staff is able to handle a wide variety of languages and dialects, and he says that reports can be done anonymously. We're live in Rosemead. Jeff Nguyen, KCAL 9 News.
Right, Jeff, thank you so much.
All praises, man. Crazy.
And that breaking news just coming into the newsroom. Police are on the scene of a deadly shooting in southwest Atlanta.
Yeah, we know at least one person is dead.
Jerry Carnes just arrived on the scene in the last 30 minutes. Jerry, tell us, what have you learned out there?
Well, good morning. Atlanta police have just told us that there is one man dead, one man wounded in this situation. It's a very active scene here. I'll step out of the way and let you see the police activity here at the ZD Townhomes on Forest Hills Drive here in southwest Atlanta. Atlanta police have told us that two men were wrestling over a weapon. That weapon discharged, injuring one of the two men and killing the other. Atlanta police tell us that they do have a person of interest in custody and that person is cooperating with them, telling them details about what happened here at the ZD Townhomes on Forest Hills Drive in southwest Atlanta. Atlanta homicide detectives are on the way to the scene. One man dead, one man wounded, and a person of interest in custody cooperating.
All praises to the Most High, man. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Developing in DeKalb County right now, police are working to figure out what led to a shooting that left a woman in critical condition. Investigators say it happened just before 6 Monday evening on Chump Circle Way in Stonecrest. As of right now, authorities say evidence shows someone shot at her home from the street. At last check, no one was arrested and police have not released any details on a suspect.
Great praise, great glory. The sword is in the midst, plagued number 9. Execution by the sword. A lot of people, no more, man.
With breaking news, authorities investigating 4 shooting deaths in northwest Harris County. Deputies making that awful discovery this morning at an apartment complex on Cypress Wood Drive. Good afternoon. I'm Sherman Chow. Deputies tell us that among the victims was a child. Our Ugochi Iloka joins us now live from the scene. And Ugochi, any idea who that child is?
Hey, Sherman, such a sad situation here. So we're learning from Sheriff Gonzalez that the child was a 4-year-old little girl. She is the daughter of the husband and wife here that was shot, as well as a mother-in-law. This happened here at Commons Vintage Park earlier this morning. So again, they are saying that they believe that this husband, a strange husband, shot his own wife, his 4-year-old little daughter, and his mother-in-law. This is video of when Harris County Sheriff deputies swarmed this area earlier this morning. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says it appears the couple was going through divorce and child custody issues, which might have led to the murder-suicide here. He says a semi-automatic pistol was found next to the husband upon entry. It's believed that the husband shot his wife, 4-year-old daughter, mother-in-law when the wife was leaving and heading into work. We understand that the sheriff says the school where the wife works, a type of mosque there, called authorities when she didn't show up to work. Neighbors also heard shots fired. Now, a disturbing note here that the sheriff told us was investigators say that previously there was a domestic violence case or reported about the 4-year-old little girl allegedly being drowned by her own father.
How could you do this, man? Could you do this, man? A lot of people going around or going, they're having nasty divorce, man. I mean, what could you lose in a divorce for you to take this child and drown it, and literally take this little 4-year-old girl and put it underwater and drown her and shoot and kill the whole family, man? What was going on in this place, man? we have to be careful out there with those people, man. Like crazy.
I understand he tried to drown her. These are things they're still working out. Allegations are still working out, but a lot of back and forth here. A horrible domestic violence case that they're looking into. A murder-suicide, again, ending the life of a mother. We understand mother-in-law and a 4-year-old little girl. Send it back to you, Sherman.
Horrible, man. Damn. All praises. Keep on moving.
Now following a developing story in Hollywood, a tragic discovery made inside a home. A longtime postal worker shot and killed, her family says, by her husband, who then killed himself. But as Local 10's Terrell Fournier reports, their bodies weren't found for days.
Ooh.
We all are suffering from this because it was senseless.
Scrolling through photos of the good times is helping Ebony Preston cope with the tragic loss of her aunt, Vanessa Brown.
I still feel like I'm dreaming because you never expect something like this, ever.
It was supposed to be a celebration this past Sunday for Vanessa's 64th birthday, but a series of
64.
calls went unanswered, so her daughter drove to Vanessa's Richmond Heights home on her special day.
When she called the police, she told them, hey, I don't know exactly what's going on, but my mom's car is here, my stepdad's car is here. I just opened the front door with my keys and I see blood.
Vanessa had been shot to death in an apparent murder-suicide, all at the hands of her own husband.
He had killed her and then he killed himself.
A once rocky marriage that ended in divorce years ago until the two remarried last year. The loved ones say signs of trouble persisted even recently.
My message to any woman is get out. Get out at the beginning, because this could have all been avoided had she would have just not have went back. She has
That's
so
the
much
Christian
class,
mindset, man.
so much couth about herself. You know, she's the person you call for order and structure.
Such a big loss for this family and the people who knew Vanessa Brown. She spent 35 years working for the U.S. Postal Service before she eventually retired just a couple of years ago. Her family now planning funeral arrangement.
Yep, crazy, man, crazy. All praises.
Following an investigation in St. Clair County, where deputies are looking into a tragic discovery. 4 people found dead today. Maddie Davis is live for us this afternoon in Riverside. Maddie, what do we know this afternoon?
You know, Maddie Madison.
Earlier today, police got a call about a suicide.
Matthew, is that what that is? David, all right then.
Suicidal man here in Riverside. They went to the scene on Depot Street. That is when they found that he had shot himself. There are also 3 victims, his wife and 2 daughters. The man has been identified as 54-year-old William Vance.
54, William. You know what to do.
His wife, 51-year-old Florence Vance. The 2 daughters were 16 and 13. Riverside Mayor Rusty Jessup says the family has been a part of the community for 20 years. He says both the husband and wife were hearing impaired. He could never imagine something like this happening to this family.
A great family that do the right things for the right.
Rusty Jessup? Okay, Rusty.
Right reasons, and always have. Very quiet to themselves, never cause anybody any trouble.
Those are the people
None
you
of
should
us
be
can figure out
very
what
afraid
in the
of.
world would cause somebody to take this extreme of a measure.
Me too.
An investigation is now being handled by the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office. Jeff?
What a sad story. Maddie, do we know who made the call to police?
The mayor says that the husband called in saying he had done something wrong and he was about to harm himself. That's when they came to the scene, but an investigation is still being done to discover what exactly happened.
Okay, a lot of people are losing their mind out there. You know, it could be something minor. It could be the wife say, I'm going to my mom, I'm going to my sister. You know, you drink too much, you know, something, you know, something. So, but hey, cursed be the wives, cursed be the husband. This is prophecy. This thing is going on, and there's nothing we can do that can stop this. We give the mighty one great praise, great glory.
Spring Garden Township Police are calling this the senseless loss of 2 lives, a beloved York County teacher and her neighbor, who police say killed the teacher and then took his own life.
That video was very convincing.
A neighbor's video security camera recorded the seconds leading up to the shooting. Police say popular Central York High School teacher Erin Walker was gunned down behind her home in the 400 block of Hill Street in Spring Garden Township. Police say it was triggered by a neighbor's dispute over the placement of a shed behind the shooter's home. It resulted in a phone line to the victim's house being disconnected.
And to have this with the death of Erin Walker and Daniel Berry, if it was the result of this shed, it's tragic.
It's tragic. Again, like any little thing, petty things, you see those people are taking themselves out. Petty stuff, shed, miscommunication, just kill themselves.
Police say Daniel Berry put up the shed without township approval, and Walker complained to police and zoning officials over the dispute. The conflict escalated to violence Saturday evening after Walker returned home.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Oh boy. You tell me. You tell me what you're seeing here. You tell me. Show me. Tell me what you're seeing in your screen here. We give the mighty one great praise, good glory, man. Hey, this is the angels reporting back unto us, all right?
Home with her 3-year-old daughter. Walker was shot in the head and hit more than once. She died the next day.
Immediately after Miss Walker is shot, you can hear and see Mr. Berry go back to his patio. You can see his head, you see him sit down, and then you subsequently hear a shot.
Walker is being remembered at Central York High School for her years of teaching service and her commitment to students. Berry lived with his elderly mother.
Oh, boy.
Now, police are not commenting on the shooter's state of mind. Police say there may have been other issues besides the shed leading up to the shooting, but so far they are not aware of any. In York County, Ed Weinstock, WGAL News 8.
All praises, man. Crazy things going on out there, man. Crazy. Huh. Boy. I'm not gonna play this. 4-year-old girl, 3-year-old dead in apartment suicide in Harris County. Yeah, I'm not going to play this because YouTube going to give me crap.
Tonight, the community of Springville is coming together after learning 17-year-old Lily Conroy was the teen found shot in the head last night by her ex-boyfriend. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kelly Chapman. Lily's 19-year-old ex-boyfriend, Masao Kanga, was found beside her, also with a gunshot wound. They were found in a car in Hobble Creek Park. Police now investigating the deaths as a possible murder-suicide. Fox 13 News reporter Jenna Bree has been following the story since last night. She joins us live now from a vigil being held for both of the families involved in this case. Jenna.
Kelly, this tragedy has absolutely rocked the Springville community. As you can see behind me, a candlelight vigil is happening for both Lily and Masao, and they actually were virtually neighbors. This street, just a few houses apart from each other, her house and his house, which is right in front of me. So the community felt it was only right to honor their memories right here.
We know that's all we can do right now is just love them.
Bishop Ryan Fish says these two lives.
Her bishop, so we know. Is that his name, Bishop Ryan, or he's a actual bishop, a church bishop? We know those people are Christians.
Lives are gone too soon.
Wonderful families. They've been a part of this community for many, many years and very well respected, loved by everyone.
So he is an actual bishop. Bishop Ray Valley Ward or whatever. You know, this dude's name is Ryan Fish, and we know Fish is Raphael. You know, so hey, all praises to the Most High, man.
As well as their children, they're just amazing people.
Thursday morning, the Nebo School District sent out a note to Springville High School
Red
parents.
Devil. Welcome to Red Devil territory. Okay.
Parents and students were given the news of their classmate Lily passing away in homeroom.
What was really nice to see this morning was when all the students came and they were dressed up. They wanted to show their respect for Lily and her family.
The high school offering grief counseling for students all week.
Everyone grieves differently, and this is tragic on many levels. And we wanted to make sure that our students had the resources that they needed when they came to school today. And so we wanted to make sure that they knew that that was available.
Police discovered Lily and Manasseh in Hobble Creek Wednesday afternoon, both slumped over in a car with gunshot wounds to their heads. Kango was pronounced dead on the scene, and Conroy was light flighted to the hospital. All day, community members have been tying blue ribbons on trees for the two. Fish says some neighbors even stopped by the family's homes to mow their lawns and offer whatever help they could.
You know, it's interesting, even though we have ward boundaries or different boundaries down here, it's one big family. It just seems like our kids are so close and tight-knit. It's really rocked our community.
Crazy stuff, man.
And Bishop Fish told me
it's crazy things, man, you know, and those kids, they cannot deal with things. They cannot deal with stress, you know. They're in this relationship. I don't know, it's not working out. Then if it's not working out, I got to kill you and kill myself. All right, go ahead, do it then. What are you waiting for?
he wasn't sure if the family members would actually make it to this vigil because they have been in the hospital with Lily all last night and all today, keeping her on life support so that her organs could be donated to a local family who was in need. Reporting live in Springville, Jenna Bree, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right. All praises to the Most High, you know?
Within the last hour, Loganville police identifying 2 people found shot to death inside a home. Tracy A. McPeer live near Lakeside Court where this all happened. Tracy?
Well, police tell us this is a case of murder-suicide where Clinton Cunningham shot and killed Anthony Gates and then shot himself. Now, we've watched police go in and out of this house on Lakeside Court all day. Now, the 2 bodies were discovered by police around 10 a.m. Police say that there was at least 1 eyewitness to the shooting, but they've not offered any other details. Now, we talked to a neighbor who lives a few doors away who says they do not usually see any gun violence around here.
Oh, of course not.
Just heard a lot of screaming and then seen the police come through about 10 minutes later. It's crazy, you know what I mean? I got me and my kids live here. You wouldn't think nothing like this would happen.
Police tell us that Cunningham and Gates lived together in that home, so this was not a random shooting.
It was not. You know, people can get along with each other and then just kill each other, man. Crazy.
Hello and thanks for joining us tonight. On February 7th, the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office says a man killed his wife, shot his 16-year-old stepson, and set their house on fire before taking his own life. Ramey Cohen went to Dublin to follow up with Russell Graham, the teen involved in what happened. Ramey is in studio tonight to tell us more in tonight's Top Story.
Russell Graham survived the morning his stepfather, Sunoco Wiggins, killed his mom, Shina Gaston. Leading up to that day, Graham says Wiggins showed signs of aggression and verbal abuse, and even stalked the family. Although Graham's mom tried...
That's why we have the coconut, you know? If you got a stalker, we told our people, man, anytime somebody stalk you, don't take this seriously, man. And the reason why a person stalk you is because... I'm not going to go ahead and finish playing this. I'm going to... skip this. So anytime somebody's stalking you or somebody attacking you, that's because this person remember you. You can erase their memory, okay? There are plenty of ways to do this, all right? All right, there's another way that I'm gonna come up. You know, a lot of people don't have the ocean. They can throw anything in the ocean. But you have a freezer. There's some stuff you can do with that. All right, all praises.
New information on breaking news in Lynn, where police say a man shot and killed his wife before taking his own life. We want to get right to WBZ's Tiffany Chan, who just spoke with the victim's sister. Tiffany?
Lisa, we are learning more about one of those victims, 31-year-old Jahaira Suarez, the young mother and retired Marine, her family tells me, was shot and killed by her estranged husband and what the Essex District Attorney is describing as an apparent murder-suicide. Now, here's a photo of the pair. They were found dead inside her home along Mudge Street in Lynn Thursday afternoon. The woman's family says Suarez got a restraining order against her husband, Jesse Mitchell, last month. They were in the midst of a heated separation. And
okay, Mitchell. Okay, another Michael, of course. Again, like we told the people, anytime you separate, if you want a good separation, you want this person to go in peace. You want everybody to go in peace. You go in peace, he go in peace, she go in peace, you go in peace. And if this person's stalking you, you erase their memory. You know, things like that, man. That's the horrible things that happen here, man. You know, they are in the middle of a separation, and then she says something, he says something, and then an argument happens. Some people are very emotional, and then boom.
And custody battle when Mitchell allegedly showed up to her home. They're heartbroken, but don't want people to remember this young mother by her tragic death. Take a listen.
She had a lot of friends. Everyone is very devastated by this news. They can't believe that.
Did you see this coming at all?
She saw it coming.
Yeah,
Every time they argue, she told me that she felt
he's
that
going
she
to
wasn't
kill.
safe.
Yeah, they do. I'm dealing with a lot of people. So I think he's going to kill me. That is because he is. You know, just send this guy in peace. Just there are many ways you can send somebody in peace. Just erase their memory. You know, say, hey, the hell out of my way. You know, erase them. You know, crazy brothers.
Absolutely heartbreaking. Now, Suarez is being described as a strong woman and a loving mother who fought until the very end.
See, this is the type of crap they keep telling our people. You know, you die like this, you die as a strong woman. That's not being strong, man. Being strong is doing the right things. Being strong is to erase his memory or erase him from your life. That's being strong. You know what it takes the guts to do things like that?
And for her children, the Essex District Attorney's Office is still investigating. Live from Lynn, I'm Tiff.
Oh boy, a lot of suicide on there.
It's so hard to even process the fact that your child is gone, let alone the fact that she's gone because she ended her own life.
You know, when it comes to their people, there's just like always that sad piano in there.
And just was like this all-around happy person on the outside.
They are not. They are
But
not.
what people didn't see is that on the inside, she was struggling with a nonverbal learning disability and anxiety and depression.
Okay, all right, let me get into this. Look, listen. A lot of those things, those people, you know, she's struggling part as is of the social media, you know, this is not what that is, okay? A lot of those things, they are spirits, all right? Those people have spirits on them. We told you once those people, you put them somewhere, they start meditating, angels will appear unto them. So, and then they will literally take their lives because, you know, their forefathers did things. But most of the people are saying like mental issue, that's not what that is. Those are spirits. That's how it is. You know, study and then pray if you can get rid of them.
Looking at her social media, I mean, constantly judging herself based on what she was seeing.
I didn't know the extent to which, how much social media, I think, played a role in her mental health. We are not doing enough to support our young people. In terms of suicide prevention, they're like, people only talk about it once it's happened, once someone has died, or if someone is in a crisis situation. And they're like, why can't we be talking about mental health all the time in the hopes of preventing someone from getting to that situation?
All right. Just leave it right here.
You know, the number of people dying as a result of drugs, alcohol, and suicide jumped 20% between 2019 and 2020.
That's what I want to hear. Of course, it's way more than that, but you people are getting into something now. Let's enjoy this.
That's according to a new report released this morning by Trust for America's Health. Dr. Nadine Gracia, the president and CEO of Trust for America's Health, and also the former Deputy Assistant Secretary for Minority Health under the Obama administration, is joining us now via Zoom this morning to break down the results of this report and specifically how they apply to those of us living here in the state of Florida. So, Doctor, data taken from the National Center for Health shows alcohol-related deaths in particular jumped 27%, while drug-related deaths rose 30%. And not all groups were impacted equally. Who was impacted most?
Black folks.
That's right. Certainly while we're seeing deaths due to alcohol, drug, and suicide impacting communities and populations all across the country, it doesn't impact all populations equally. We're seeing, for example, higher rates among our youth and young adults, as well as among certain communities of color. When we look at, for example, the rates of suicide are rising among the Black and Latino and American Indian population.
That's a fucking lie, man. You see, this is the skin folk they would put over there, and then they make them lie. You just saw a bunch of... It's just, I'm sorry, man. Those things really piss me off. Look, listen. Every time they do things like that, I like to go to this fellow. Okay? This is like, those people, they are lying. Once this thing is on them, they have to push it. Oh, it's not on us. It's not on us. Just like they say, 99.99% of the MS that happen in school, or like they are caused, for, white, African American and Latinos and so. They release a photo of a little boy.
And
here?
I want to bring your attention to the television screen now. We just got this picture. The family of 10-year-old Javier Lopez confirms to ABC News that this child died in today's shooting. He was in the 4th grade. According to his cousin, Javier's mom was at his awards ceremony.
Javier didn't make it. Anyway, Mr. Caring. Oops. I believe that's him. Okay. All right. This is the dude. They don't like this dude, though. They keep canceling his channel. All right. Okay, that's no letters. 2022. Let's see what's going on here. Oops. I understand. All right. Okay, 10 people. Okay. Let me see that. Let's put the music down. Alana Miller, 19, May 4th, 2022. Louisiana College is mourning the death of freshman cheerleader who found dead after she posted a lengthy suicide note on social media. Heartbreaking Instagram prior to being found dead. Screenshot of a troubling final post circulated online shows she had struggled with her classes at the historical black college where she majored in agriculture. Okay, again, watch certain black college and stuff. Watch those people. Okay, she struggled with that. All right, let me see. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. It is believed that Ariana ended up her own life following her battle with the 19 and injury. She died on Wednesday after posting a heartbreaking note on Instagram suggesting that she was planning to end her own life. In it, she spoke about death and detailed her story with suicide thoughts. She also said, "I have written so many suicide notes in my life, but finally I've reached my end." Okay, it's a spirit. All right, it's a spirit. Okay, all right. Okay, now we got Edward Woman. Okay, Friday the 13th, a city prison officer ended his own life by jumping from the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. The cause of his sudden death has been linked to workplace stress. Okay, there's a lot of stress at the workplace. Okay, he jumped from the Staten Island side bridge shortly after 6:30 p.m. Okay, all right. He was pronounced dead. He was well liked, respect, parked his car near State Highway out of 700 tall foot, you know, and then his death as he was stressed and couldn't handle it anymore because they were working for real now, okay? They are working for real, and the job is a lot, so, you know, he had to take himself out, all right? Andrew Razutit, okay, a mother who was loved by everyone she met and did her own life at home. Andre was found unresponsive in her kitchen by her ex-partner. CPR was formed at the home. Suicide notes were also found in the kitchen. She lives behind a 2-year-old daughter. Okay. What was the reason? Andrew was much loved, so her heartbreaking family, Lithuania, and has a home. Police received the call and stuff, and was tragically found in her garage. CPR. Okay, well, then I give the stuff. This woman right here, Kailia Pawsey. Toddlers and tiara stars. She hung herself. Okay, and police were called about to investigate. While she didn't have a steering wheel, she quickly shot the film after a photo of her with Chicky Green. Oh, that's the girl. Okay, that's the girl. That's that Chicky Green kid, you know, from that show. Okay, she was under a lot of pressure. You know, she killed herself. Okay, all right. Let's see this woman. Katie Mayer. American soccer player who played goalkeeper for the Stanford University. She was born in Burbank, California. 10 and 2015 she committed to play soccer. Let me see, what was the reason? Katie was found dead in her dorm room in Quarters Hall, a residential housing building on the confused with the coroner has determined to be a self-inflicted wounds just days after complaining of a knee pain from her February surgery. She felt pressure to be perfect and feared an upcoming college disciplinary hearing before ending her own life. Another young life gone too soon. So the pressure is a lot on those people, okay? All right. Okay, that's this kid, 12 years old, Layet Maumoniat. A dad has paid an emotional tribute to his young son when ended his own life 3 years after his mom's suicide. Okay, his mom killed herself and he did. The young man has struggled since losing his mom 2 years ago in April 2022. The 7-year-old was tragically found dead and his older sister by became emotional. Just day after the schoolboy death, a balloon release organized. Okay, so he was sad by his mom. This woman, she was an American songwriter. In 1983, she was a granddaughter. She also mother. See the reason. Self-inflicted gunshot wound at her home in Tennessee. Before her death, she had long been struggled with depression, accompanied by anxiety, panic attacks, and suicidal thoughts, spirits. Okay, all right. Let's see this dude, Wu Young Shin. So now you see all those people. Okay, all right, all those people. Okay, you see 10 of them. Out of the 10, one black woman. And then they tell you like, oh well, it's like it's among those people. It's like it's alcohol and drugs. It's like among the African American community. And this is not all, man. This guy, he got hundreds of those videos. Okay, all right. Okay, 7 people who sadly died by this thing. You know, he had like many of them. Okay, those people died. I didn't know this. So yeah. You know, all those people, you know, they die and then, yeah, let me see, sorted by oldest. Okay, his oldest video 6 months because they keep making him remove the video. He's been there for years though. He's been there for years, but they keep make him deleting the video because of people like, oh, suicide and stuff like that. And if you watch his video, for instance, if you go to the comment, people will tell you that they're going to do things, okay? Let me see if she could stay at least for that 2-year-old kid. I attempted suicide as a teenager, but just 5 years later in 10 months period, my baby daughter died from SIDS. 3 friends died of the same day in separate unrelated accidents, and my father suicide in his car in front of our house. I survived it. If you take your own life, you devastated the people. Those are Gentiles that are spilling their guts out there, man. Okay? All right? Hi, Michael. Beautiful tribute. This guy name is Michael again. I forgot to mention this. So, yeah. I mean, I just like, among African-American suicide, get out of here, man. They brought these skin folk over here to lie.
A wave of grief rolling through Darien tonight after the death of a promising young hockey player. He's the 3rd student in that community to die this year and the 2nd suicide. News 12 Connecticut's Suzanne Goldklang joins us out of Noroton Presbyterian Church, where people join together tonight to try and make sense of it. Suzanne?
It has been a tough few days here in Darien since Hayden Thorson died. The junior prom was postponed. There were grief counselors in school this morning, and then this evening, people came to this church to hear some wisdom from a man who lost his own athletic son last year.
He just had a way about him he was just so funny.
Hayden Thorson spent weekends in Albany perfecting his goaltending.
He's a pretty big-time prospect.
Now Coach Brian McDonald studies film of their sessions.
I watched it and tried to analyze it.
Wondering why a prized pupil ended his life.
If there was ever anything that he would want to talk about, we have that relationship to where that could have been, he could have done that.
It's okay to not be okay. And I'm out here I'm telling Kevin's story.
Jim Cutso understands the ache.
It's called high functioning or smiling depression. And I believe that's what my son Kevin had.
His son loved football.
The young woman, the soccer goalie at Stanford. The young woman, I believe, that James Madison, the softball player. These are all people who are at the top of their game.
He founded Kevin's Afterglow to help teens and parents find help.
These conversations are going to be uncomfortable, but we need to start them.
This visit to Darien was planned before the latest loss, but now Jim's message rings truer than ever.
I'm trying to help people because that's what Kevin wanted to do.
So, and then, so you can see those things, and then people won't talk about that, but they will give you the bad news that your people is doing this so they can keep you in a low vibration. All right, this is a fire in New Mexico.
David Hager finally made it back home to examine the losses he suffered in his
North we watched this. We watched this before, okay? All right, we're going to close with that. This is in Pakistan, okay? This is a wildfire in Pakistan, okay? Let me put the music down because they're going to get me. All right? This has been burning for 2 weeks in Pakistan, all right? The wildfires, they're all over the world, okay? And they just don't report them. The fire's out of control. 3 people already, is no more, and that's what's going on over there. Okay. The country lack necessary resource and stuff like that. But hey, you've seen it, man. That's what it is. All right. So, let me see how long we are into this thing. All right, 2 hours. Yeah, it's 1:33 a.m. I gotta go to sleep. Beloved, I will leave you with peace. Fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever. And you see the sword. It's heavy in the mist. And a lot of people are losing their lives. Protect yourself, man, with the Mighty One shield. Prayers, we got words, we got things on the website. Go to the website and then find stuff, download, study. And then make yourself ready, man, because it's going to get a hell of a lot more worse before it get better. Well, not for them, for us. Again, shalom, fast, pray, repent, repeat. May the King reign forever.